Hi, my name is George, but you can just call me George. It's been about 24 hours since that Pokemon Direct there. Let's have a little speak about it. Today I'm joined with my friend James, also known as JesterArtist online. Say hi.
Hello.
And we're just gonna kind of have a little bit of a chat about what went on through yesterday. Now that we've all had a bit of time to kind of think about it, you know. So straight away, let's get the first one sorted. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
I have actually not played it. I should. I actually want to play it because there's obviously the whole thing of like they've gone with a remake instead of a new game in the series. But I am actually quite interested in playing the game because of the style it has, even if I think the 3D models are a bit weird. I just haven't played it because I am wasting my time trying to get a shiny Slowpoke. I don't deserve rights.
So, I mean, for me, just the 2006 that popped up on screen made me immediately jump to what was it, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So yeah, I'm surprised you didn't catch on that as well, because
yeah,
I've definitely been hearing you call out more than anyone about Diamond and Pearl remakes recently.
I thought it was 2008. I think that's Platinum's release date. I think Platinum came out 2 years later.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I just straight up got the date wrong.
Yeah, no.
So I did have like that shocked moment of, oh my god, are they doing it? But I'm sure every fan honestly shit themselves in that moment.
Have you actually played the demo yet?
As I said before, no, I have not. I want to, but Slowpoke demands that I catch him and name him Brain Block.
I've played it myself. I mean, I have played the original games, but it was a long time ago because I was I don't know, like 5 or 6 when I played it. So it was a short thing. I played like the first couple missions and then I stopped, and I don't think I picked it up again. But it was weird how when I picked it up on the Switch version, just like I immediately recognised what was going on. So I did come to appreciate it, and at first the art style threw me off, but it grows on you really quickly.
I've seen a few screenshots and the 3D models. Like, I think the 3D models is specifically what throws me off, but I've gotten a bit more used to it from all the screenshots.
Yeah, it grows on you. It's a nice style, and I'd looked online there. It's actually like it's supposed to be inspired by its original artwork. So all in all, it looks pretty good. I've come to enjoy it. Gameplay itself, it's Mystery Dungeon. There doesn't seem to be like any drastic changes. We did see in the trailer it had the part 4, the Mega Evolutions. Because of course Charizard had to be featured in that trailer. But
God damn it, I didn't even realise that. Done again. Nah, I actually, fun fact, I've played multiple Mystery Dungeons. I think the first one I got was Sky, and then I have I think I have Super Mystery Dungeon.
I don't really know like what's the best in the series or whatever, but I do remember hearing a lot about Sky or Time or something like that.
Yeah,
so those are definitely
it is one of them, because it was the Gen 4 one, so obviously it's a fan favorite.
Oh yeah, of course we're gonna go down that.
But no, I don't think I've ever actually finished them. I remember, I think I got, on Sky, I got stuck on a fight where you have to beat, I think it was a fight where you have to beat Wigglytuff, which was it was the guild leader. I don't think I ever got past that, which maybe was post-game. I honestly don't know. I don't have many memories of the game.
Yeah.
I don't think Mystery Dungeon has ever been something I'm super keen on. So I'm not, with this new remake, I'm not too bothered about it. It looks cool, but it's just not my thing. If they remade Rangers, that would be awesome, but I don't know if it would work.
Rangers would be sick.
Rangers would honestly be great, I just don't know how it would work.
I think they're like testing the waters with these side series, where it's they're putting out like remakes of the first games in the series, and they can kind of like register the interest. So I am kind of crossing my fingers that if this one performs well, they'll then take it forward and then start putting out more games for a series.
I think honestly, when was the last side game? When was the last side series?
I think it was.
I think it was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I
like
think
on
that
the
was
3DS.
Yeah, because I don't know, it always felt like the side series like took a massive hit when the 3D games started coming out. I heard like some air stuff about the 3D mystery dungeons. Ranger never got a sequel. I think most of the side stories came out on the Wii or the DS, like Poke Park and
Rangers
stuff.
would be good. I'd like to see them try and take that. Let's get Fire Emblem Three Houses to do a crossover just because they're both.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the main part of the direct, which was obviously Pokemon as a series for the first time having a paid DLC. I like it. I'm just gonna be. I like it. I really enjoy that they're doing this instead of doing Ultra Sword, Ultra Shield. I think this should be continued, but
Definitely.
at the same time, I can see why some people are angry. I've seen some people on Twitter going on about how it's like, oh, here's the other half of my game. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I've enjoyed looking. I've enjoyed the trailer at least, so I can't say I've enjoyed the game yet. But the store, like, I don't know. It just looks fun. Pokemon's just supposed to be fun, right? So
yeah, definitely. The Pokemon community as a whole has just like fallen down the same rabbit hole that a lot of communities fall down eventually. Of just a lot of toxicity between everyone. Yeah. That's just the internet in general, but it's sad to see that like as it's gotten further and further. Pokemon is now like that.
Yeah, it's hard to like avoid it, but I mean, it's just what it is.
I can understand being upset that this isn't free DLC. I think because that same day actually I watched a video about No Man's Sky and how and it was by Internet Historian, and it went on about how this team the team of them who I can't remember their names, Happy Games I think it was.
I think I've seen this video. I'm just scanning the old memory banks here.
Yeah, it only like just came out like a day or two ago. I think it was Guess. But it was it basically recapped the entire story and how the game eventually got good because they still are pushing this all this free DLC, making the game as good as it will be. Hollow Knight does a similar thing where all of its DLC is free, and that's awesome. Like, the game was finished. No one can say, oh, that's the other half of my game, because the game was finished. They're pushing this free content because they love the game and they love their fans. But the thing to remember is that, like, those are small communities, as much, like, those are indie developers. As much as I would love to see that from Pokemon, and I would love to get this DLC for free, they're a big company. Their big focus is the money. So I understand why it's paid, and I still prefer this way more. Like, the rage I have for
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are good games.
Okay, the games individually are good. You brought this upon your video. The games individually are good, but the issue is the games as an expansion, a sequel, or anything are not. They do not have nearly as much content as Platinum, Emerald, etc. And they do not have nearly as much content, like not even in the same ball as Black and White 2, which understood what it meant to be a sequel instead of an expansion.
Okay.
I'll keep it brief. Basically, I think it's better than doing DLC. Yeah. No, I think it's brief.
Okay.
Like, I'm very happy they did the Ultra Sun Moon. I'm happy that it's Royal Sword and Royal Shield.
With any luck, the story will be long enough to make it worth the price. I'm not expecting groundbreaking new parts, but if it's just gonna keep the story going and keep me hooked for another, I don't know, 20 hours, then I'll say it's worth the price. But that's just me. I think I'm always a bit more glass half full with these things, but that's just how it is.
I would say 20 hours is a bit too optimistic, just because people
I stay hopeful.
The game
whether they'll actually do 20 hours, I don't know, but that's just like in an ideal situation at the very least for me. But going into,
I'm hoping for 10. I think 10's more expected. But my only real hope is
actual details of the DLC itself. Let's start with probably the one they pushed the most: the clothing. The different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the bikes, the Pokemon, and the Pokemon. The clothing, the different amounts of clothing for the b for the characters. The fact that you can now entirely rip off Marnie's style, which I know for a fact you're going to do, right?
Actually, I'm not gonna rip off Marnie's style.
Okay.
I like Marnie's design, but the thing I'm looking for is Hop's jacket, because I really like that jacket, which is why I'm so heartbroken that it wasn't shown. I'm holding on to hope that they'll give us Hop's jacket, because like, if they're gonna give us Rose's entire persona and also Marnie's entire persona, you gotta give us Hop's jacket. It's a nice jacket. I just want a red version, it'd be nice.
The characters themselves, the rivals, Clara and Avery. What did you think of those? Because I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I really wish I had Pokemon Sword right now, because I don't like Avery.
The better girls. I'm sorry, but nah. So I actually grew to kind of like Avery because of the jokes I've seen about him. I've seen like extended hats. I've seen jokes about his stupid outfit.
Yeah.
I have actually grown to like him, partially because he's an even bigger fashion disaster than Leon, in my opinion.
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about them. I don't think they know how to dress, so...
Clara, I actually quite like her design, but gonna be honest, I sense massive Uwu girl energy.
Oh, if it goes anywhere close, I haven't, of course, because I'm on Shield. I've only been able to speak to Avery, but if Clara's anything like that, then I'm gonna be very comfortably playing the Shield version of the DLC.
It's mostly just the energy. Like she's much more like she's closer to an idol. Our friend Max said that. Like the pose she makes, it's like a zigzag, and it's strange. But she's definitely cool. I don't think she beats any of the characters which I preferred beforehand. B/Bay is still the best, I do like their designs. I think the only issue I have with it is the trailer calling them rivals, because they're not, they're gym leaders.
They're trying to be gym leaders. I think that's what I took from it, is that they're trying to they want to have a gym for their own so that they can become gym leaders, but I don't know.
Even then, that throws me off a bit, because these two are definitely adults, like they're taller than you.
Yeah.
Clara does have like a more mature body for the
But let's not get caught up in. We're gonna go down another pathway.
Well, too bad. We're going down this pathway. I just want to finish this train of thought before I forget. I think this is kind of showing the mentality that Game Freak now has. Characters can either be rivals or NPCs. Like any character who has to have a personality cannot be on the side a lot of the time, and that's better.
Yeah.
I actually post about this on Twitter. Gen 4 is a brilliant example. It has like 5 different characters. They all have their own theming. Yeah, sorry. Basically, Gen 4 different characters which just team up with double battles for an area. It's a brilliant place to run. But that got ditched in every other game, and now they're increasing the amount of rivals, and that's my main issue. I don't like that they call them rivals, because it's just perpetuating the issue of characters who must be your rival if they have to be both.
I get that.
I just don't want to have
Pokemon. back to Pokemon. Enough politics.
Well, the politics.
So there was a big focus on the legendaries, the returning legendaries and so on like that. What do you think of those? Because I'm mixed.
Anyone who watched the previous video, I was the one who screamed when the Gen 4 legendaries appeared. I sounded like a dying chicken. I'm fine with these.
I can't remember if I base boosted that or cut it out entirely.
I heard it. But yeah, I like the fact that the legendaries are coming back, because how it feels right now is that the Pokemon returning, the main ones that people have taken away are the legendaries and guard shots. So it honestly kind of feels that that they're trying to bring in Pokemon that are fan favorite, and legendaries are just gonna be a part of that basically. But I'm down to have the returning legendaries. I think I have mixed feelings about the Galarian forms, if we're involving that in this discussion too. I think that they look fine. I still don't love Moltres, but I never have. Like,
I mean, the bird trio just looks sick in my opinion.
I think my favorite is Zapdos. I definitely think my favorite is Zapdos, honestly. He feels more like Nando's, but also he just looks fun. I've seen some really nice art, but the main confusing thing is how do the legendary birds have regional variants?
I mean, the whole thing is that like the legendaries aren't like the one and only for with those, but it's like
that's actually what I was going to suggest. There's got to be some which are one and done, like Dialga, Palkia, like some of these like ones which purely control something. They've got to be the only in existence. But I feel like if I remember correctly, the anime did actually show two Lugias, a baby and a mother.
The amount of different Latios and Latios in the movies and so on like that. There's plenty of them to go around.
Like as long as they don't necessarily control part of the world, I think legendaries like the birds definitely have multiple.
Legendary is just a fancy word for endangered, obviously. So.
Yeah, basically. Actually, yeah. That's actually a good point. No.
But I'm not really one to use all of these super special legendaries, but it's nice to have them. But I don't think I'll have any of them on my team. Just kind of quickly blasting through Cubfu, the new one. Look, I'm nicknaming him Po from Kung Fu Panda. That's just certified. The evolutions look alright, I guess. But again, I doubt I'll keep him on my team past the story. Calyrex looks disgusting. These ooh.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Take over here.
We're cutting out a bit.
I can't vibe, but I know they're nothing alike. It's just Kung Fu animal, and but I like Kung Fu actually. I think he's pretty cute. Shifu. Once again, going back to the video, the person who bursted into laughter when we saw the close-up on their face was me. It is by far the dumbest looking face I've ever seen in a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But definitely not the dumbest Pokemon. Calyrex, what the actual hell were they thinking?
I don't know what the fuck they were on when they decided to make Big Brain the Pokemon, but I mean...
Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that I want to Slowpoke's Pokédex description says that it experiences tremendous force and then forgets them, so that's why I'm calling it Brain Blast. For that, this dude would be Jimmy Neutron in its entirety. Like, it's just such a weird design. Its colors are kind of nice, but they just don't look good. Its face is weird. Its anal bead, no.
Yeah.
I think its wings really come out of nowhere. Its head is just horrifying.
I didn't know it had wings, bro.
Yeah, those are wings, I think. Also, I'm on the website right now to remind myself of all their designs. This is the King Pokemon.
Nice.
I really feel like they could have done something better for the King.
Yeah, well, you get what you get, haha.
This in ancient times. Though it appears delicate and slight, its every move is filled with grace and dignity.
It looks like it does. I'm sure it does.
It's having trouble standing.
So they brought in, what was it? It was like over 200 Pokemon. I know that like 20 of those are legendaries, but are there any that you're hoping for to come back into the new region? Or to come back into the Galar region?
Honestly, my main hope obviously will be a lot of Gen 4 Pokemon. I think Staraptor is one, because I don't think the starters are going to get in the game. I feel like those would be a significant chunk purely added in water. So I don't think overall the 200 added would be super balanced. So if we can't get Turtwig, I'm hoping Staraptor makes a return. He's my favourite flying, but Corviknight is actually pretty high up there as well, but still. Just more Gen 4s, honestly. I wonder
why you want more Gen 4s.
It's because it was my first game, okay? Do you want more Gen 5s? Or no?
No, I actually want Absol. I want Absol back. There you go.
Fair enough.
I want Absol
Is
back.
Mimikyu in this game?
Is what, sorry?
I don't think
Mimikyu is in the game, yeah.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
I think Shield exclusive, but I don't know. Anyway.
Okay, then I don't really know if I have anything else. Like, for the most part, I've been able to live fine without, because I don't transfer my Pokemon into newer games. I've never felt the need.
Yeah. Before we get too carried away with the transferring thing, do you think you'll be trying to catch these all in Galar, or do you think you'll be transferring them through home, which is was the last part of the Direct?
Well, to be honest, I'm still not too interested in completing the Pokédex. I know a lot of people enjoy that, but it's like World of Light for me. It's cool. There's a lot to do, but I don't want to be the one to do it.
Yeah, no, it's
There's too much.
This is the first game where I'm actually like wanting to complete it, just because it's a bit on the easier side. But I still haven't done it myself because it just takes a long. It's just time consuming. It's something I'll get round to doing, and I definitely will be using Home to help me. But first of all, they need to tell us what the fuck Home does.
Yeah, we haven't even seen the UI. Like that,
we've seen
I know
nothing but the logo.
I know it's just going to be UI, but we could at least see the UI.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, like, in your Pokemon Direct, you think you would, I don't know, like, talk about what's releasing in a month's time? But... I guess
I just expect people to already know, because it's essentially just Pokemon Bank from the 3DS.
Yeah.
And that honestly
like,
didn't have
one
much.
extra thing or something like that, but they didn't say what this extra thing was, so we still need to know what that is.
My guess is, I heard a lot of people say GTS was coming back as a paid thing, so it may be that.
I was really hoping it'd be like a virtual battle thing. Like the whole thing is like all of your Pokemon together in Home, because you can keep them in Home, but they can't go into Sword and Shield, so you can't just like trap them all in Home unless there's something to do with them. I think so. Maybe a virtual battle system.
I would love that, especially if it also meant that we could get something like Pokemon Camp or Me, where we could play with them as well. Like,
something like,
I would spend money
if they put anything like that in there, I'm set. Just having all of them put into there. Yeah,
like I'd be fine. I'd be fine with paying for it, honestly, if I had something like that, because then it would give purpose to it existing. But I don't think because the reason we don't have all the Pokemon in this game in Sword and Shield is because if I remember correctly, when people try to do it themselves, it was shown that they have to do a lot of retexturing, remodeling, like all that.
It looks a bit off, to say the least, without putting in time.
So things have to be changed in order to put them in Sword and Shield. So I don't think we're going to even see the 3D models in Home. I think Home is purely going to be storing data. And so I don't think we're going to get it.
That just gives them an excuse to put the entire thing into a pixel art style, like the old one. I'm pretty sure everyone.
I would love
it anyway. So.
Yeah, I would really. If we can't have if we can't fight in Pokemon Home, I would love to see some love for like the older style of games. I would love to see that sort of stuff. You know, like return the pixel sprites, because I stand by the fact that back when
Pokemon are the most
was
expressive forms of Pokemon.
Yeah. I've seen people question that comparison, and it's like, you really can't question it.
No, some Pokemon just look off.
Half of them are T-posed at this point, like...
oh yeah, no, some of them are just wrong.
Yeah.
I think that was just about everything in the Direct. Was there any real thing we missed, or...?
We forgot mustard.
I forgot about ketchup and mustard.
I still really hate that you said that Slowpoke dipped his head in mustard, because right after the character reveal, I could not think of anything else.
I was thinking of the condiment, but hey,
it
took me until I was editing to realise what you meant.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I'm pretty dumb.
I feel like there was something else on it. Oh, now I want to end this...
If I bang my leg one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm sorry.
No worries. I do want to say this, because I was talking to someone, and they were like, you do realize... I was like saying about how I'm actually kind of excited for this DLC. It seems pretty cool. And they talked about how you do know... They were like, you do know that this is only up to 600 Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
They could just make DLC for all the rest. And my question is, because it's not like we're paying, like everyone's
Discord cut out at the perfect. Wait, what is the question? What is this question you had?
What is the issue?
What is the issue?
Because Yeah, because the thing is, everyone's concern when they removed the Pokemon was, are we going to be paying to get the Pokemon back? And the thing is, we're not. Game Freak have specifically designed it so we're not paying for the Pokemon, we're paying for the location where they are.
Yeah.
So as much as it sucks that, like, hey, I can't get them on my own, in previous Pokemon games you couldn't do that to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, there were Pokemon which you had to transfer. And sometimes exclusives were just annoying. This is definitely more drastic than an exclusive, but you can still complete the Pokédex without owning any of the DLC. You just have to talk to the people online.
It's just a little
GTS maybe.
It's just extra steps.
Yeah. And the thing is, even with GTS dead, like, there's literally no paywall. You don't need home to transfer anything. You can just go on Discord, find a trading server.
Yeah.
I very
Like,
much doubt they don't
You need
exist.
to have friends and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
with the amount of sites and communities that are going around, it's not entirely like, I get what they're saying, but it's not entirely a valid argument when you can just post online, and most of the time you can get that easy enough.
Yeah.
But
The idea of needing friends to complete the Pokédex was a thing from Red and Blue when the internet wasn't exactly big.
Exactly.
But we've grown now. The internet's grown. It may be extremely hateful
We're in
and
a
toxic.
different generation, my guy.
Whoa! Just like Pokemon,
I know.
dude.
It's crazy.
Gen Z dude. Gen Z remakes coming out.
It's confirmed.
Oh, it's definitely come out before.
I think that's a good place to call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
we
the
go
Gen
too
Z
crazy.
remakes will come out before.
Yeah. Any final statements before I hit the old stop recording button?
I will vomit next time I see Calyrex. Shit, I just saw him.
Alright, from me, Black and White remakes will come out before Generation 4 remakes.
They will.
But yeah. Do you want to quickly plug your Twitter or anything?
Yeah, go check out Jester_Artist. Whoever took JesterArtist, I'm gonna remove your bones.
There we go. Don't follow me because I don't post anything good. See you later.